And what is going on,
What's
everybody? Welcome to episode 22 of the Sports Talk Podcast with Robert and Tyler. It's obviously me, Robert, who is the host, and my good co-host, Tyler,
up,
of the
Tyler
Sports
in the
Talk Podcast.
house?
And we're also coming to you live on the Spotlight Sports Network YouTube channel and the Facebook page too. So make sure you hit the like button on both these streams on here on Facebook. Check out us on me on Twitch. If you guys are new to the channel, both here on the Philly Sports Talk and the Spotlight Sports Network, consider hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button with the bell icon on, so you guys will not miss any new content that's going to be uploaded or these podcast episodes we give you each and every week. But with that being said, let's jump right into it. So
First off, I want to tell you guys, I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. Also, I am happy to be a part of the network now.
Well, via me, but yeah.
Like I know I was a part of it before, but it's official now.
Let me share really quick. But yeah, so obviously, before we get usually how we start things. Yo, Steve, what's good, my guy? Cheers, man.
What up?
But overall, like we usually do, but bear with before we really get into it. I know that obviously there's going to be a little bit of few tweaks in the topics we're going to be covering. Some a little bit outdated. So my co-host Tyler, got that covered for us.
Yeah, I got it for you guys.
So
don't worry. I was looking at the list. I'm like, these are outdated. Sirianni got COVID on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah. But let me share. So obviously, usually what we do at the start of the show is our pick 'em.
Yep.
Let me see. What do we got so far? Oh God. Okay, so that's all. So obviously we're going into week 17. Who would have thought we're getting? Man, the NFL season is flying by quickly.
It literally flew. It felt like the season started like a month ago, and now it's nearly over.
But okay. Let me bring this up on screen. Okay, there we go. Also, huge shout out for Demetrius Thomas being being YouTube member here on the Spotlight Sports Network as well. So huge shout out to
welcome
you.
to the family, Demetrius.
So
we appreciate that.
Going into week 17. So obviously, okay. So week 17, here we go. So obviously Sunday, January 2nd, we have the 8-7 Eagles versus the 6-9 Washington football team. Okay, before we get into that, what the fuck was going on with the Eagles right now?
I don't know. I expected this team going into the season to be 4-13.
Oh yeah,
I was expecting it because we got all young players, but they're not established players. They're all rookies or second-year players. They're not really established stars.
Yeah, that's true. And plus, obviously, with the rookie head coaching, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and I'll be honest, I really like, despite some of the Sirianni going back to his old ways, but all in all, man, we've been, and I'll say this too, man, the fact that we're making history in the NFL, the amount of yards that we're rushing for.
Yeah,
like we have
we've had the most. I think we had the most rushing yards through like 7 games since the '85 Bears.
Yeah, and that kind of says a lot.
It does. But really though, Rob, this team has exceeded any expectation that
all of us even had.
Like like way past my expectation.
Like because obviously me and my co-host Tyler, we had like my bedroom floor. That's how low my expectations were.
literally, my bedroom floor is not low enough because it's a bi-level. Literally, my brother's bedroom floor is how low I had this team.
It's like the fact that look, despite that slow start in the first half, but the fact that they turned it around at this part of the season, it's like Good Lord. But
like when the season started and they were going through that and they were like 4-6, I'm like, here we go.
And then once we start
after that, they've ran the table. I'm like,
and okay. I kind of also, I think this may sound stupid, or not say stupid, but I think this also apply. You can also make the fact that we've been running the ball a lot more, which is helping us win games.
Yeah, I feel like Sirianni took that criticism from us and said, you know what, you guys are right. Let me run the ball more. Because if you looked at that first game, yeah, we were slightly pass happy, but we were running the ball.
Yeah, it was more balanced.
From weeks 2 to like week 6, week 7, we were not running the ball.
Like, that's what. Yeah, and there were some. I mean, there were some teams I knew we were going to lose to. The 49ers they're always going to be a good team.
49ers. I had a feeling that they were going to bounce back from the last year because they didn't have as many injuries as they did last year. Last year they were just dropping like flies.
The Chiefs maybe, but the defense at the time was absolute dog shit. So
early in the season, I'm thinking the Chiefs were going to be out of the playoffs.
That's what I thought too.
That's how bad they were, which shocked me. Because I'm thinking going into the season, they're going to be one of the top teams in the league. They weren't. Yeah. They weren't early in the season, but now they've turned around just like we did. But that was expected. We didn't expect that shit from our team.
No, but overall, I mean, obviously, we did come out with this meeting on two. I'll be honest. Who plays a fucking? We have and a little fun fact about that.
It pissed me off when it was
played on a Tuesday. The last time,
literally, if you saw the CBA from this year, before the season even started,
yeah.
If any players under any circumstances had an entire team that had COVID, which the Washington football team had. It
should be an automatic forfeit.
That's what they had in the rule. It should have been an automatic forfeit.
But apparently that was a lie by Goodell.
No, since it's Philly, let's just move the game to Tuesday and completely fuck over their season.
And it didn't.
Guess what? Right? Guess what, Roger Goodell? Guess what, NFL? It didn't work.
But overall, the last time an NFL game has been played on a Tuesday was in 1934. So it's been a very long time since a football game has played on a Tuesday night. So that's a little football.
And that's the thing. It could have been avoided.
Yeah, I mean, you could have had a forfeit or look. If you postpone it, look, I would not be mad about that. If you postpone,
if you moved the game to, let's say, Saturday and moved this Sunday game to,
I guess, Thursday,
to like a Thursday, that would have been fine.
Yeah, because everybody would have been healthy. I mean, but it
would have been okay if that happened. But no, let's just have the Eagles play a short week. Are you fucking kidding me?
Goodell laughing in his basement eating M&Ms. You know what? I can see that.
He ain't laughing no more, Steve. The Eagles won. He ain't laughing.
Yes, sir. Then again, but obviously, kind of recapping. Obviously, we did come out with a win. First half, it was questionable, but I do think we can.
The first half kind of angered me. So I didn't watch the game, obviously for obvious reasons, because I was out with family, and plus I don't even think the game was on in the New England area.
Yeah, so I mean, all in all, I mean, we did come out with a win over Washington.
Let me finish my thought. I literally was looking at the score throughout the entire time, periodically. And it was like 3-3 for like 2 quarters. I'm like, what is going on in Philly? They should be they should be like at least up like 14.
I'd say 14-3 at best.
14-3 at best. No, they were it was 3-3 at the half.
No, that was the Giants. No, they were down 10. Well, actually, no, they were down 10-3 at the half. No, was it 3? Oh God,
No, it was 3-3. It was
3-3. Okay.
It was the entire second quarter. It was 3-3, and then after that,
we just turned up.
They turned on the Jets, bro. They turned on the goddamn Jets. 34 to friggin' 10.
Yeah, like almost like 34 almost like 31 unanswered points against the Washington football team. Which
31 unanswered points, and they completely dismantled them at the second half. I'm like, They literally waited until the second half started to start playing football.
And look, this is what, and that's another thing too. Speaking of the Washington football team, I don't know if you guys have not seen that clip is that little altercation that's been going around.
Yeah, the two Washington players on the sideline throwing hands at each other. I looked at the video. There was something that caused it. One of the players, I forgot the name of the player.
I know Payne was one of them.
He poked the guy in the eye. And then that caused Jonathan, whatever his name was.
Jonathan Allen, yeah.
Jonathan Allen just to start punching him because you poked the guy in the eye.
Like, yeah. And that's another thing, too. Like, I'll be honest.
People are like, oh, I thought he was a family man. He shouldn't be. Dude got poked in the eye.
Like
yeah, I would have started throwing hands with a guy if somebody poked me in the eye like that.
Yo, what's going on, Slay? And that's another thing too. Like, see, I don't really hate Washington. I mean, they got some good talent on that team. It's the ownership that's what pissing me off.
They don't have any good. No, they don't have good talent.
I mean, the only talent.
Here's the thing, Rob. They don't have any good talent on the team because if they did have good talent, they would have gotten trampled on by Dallas.
Yeah, true. But I mean, the only best player they ever got was Chase Young, but he just regressed heavily.
Oh my God, Chase Young is dog shit now.
Oh yeah, they do need a quarterback because Heineke. I think
Heineke got hurt.
Yeah, well, he's got COVID. He was.
Yeah, they're going with like backups and
like third or fourth stringers. But overall, I think we don't know if Heineke's going to be ready in time. So I think I'm going to go to the Eagles again. Since
I will have to go to the Eagles again. I think the Eagles have fire in their ass now. I think Washington getting Heineke back will help a little bit. Keep it close.
But it's really not going to make a difference.
They're not going to win the game.
Because with the way that our defense has been playing, especially we know how to bring especially I have to admit, I think the best defense
they've been bringing the pressure the last few weeks, honestly.
And I think that also stems from that. Also, I think starts with Josh Sweat and like Fletcher Cox kind of bringing, especially if you're the edge. I think the edge rushes, I think, is what really kind of what starts our defense.
And that's what's also going to be key against Washington, because that's what they did in their first one against Washington 2 weeks ago. They brought the pressure all game. If they continue to do that, they're winning.
I think they're going to. I know. I mean, well, we're not going to go any much further than that because I know. But all in all, like the fact that the Eagles have turned it around is mind blowing.
It is mind blowing because I didn't expect it. Nobody else. The thing is, it's shocking, but to me, it's less shocking than 2017.
Yeah,
it's so shocking.
The fact that even go back to last year, God, that we tied with the Bengals, who were still actually, and I'll be honest, who was a completely different team than
But the thing is, bro, the Bengals were on their way to being a good team, and we tied with them. The thing is that we didn't know our potential at that time, and we just kept losing. After that,
my buddy, yeah, that's true.
As long as Smith has the game he did against the Giants, yeah,
go Birds.
And honestly, Devontae Smith, phenomenal pick out of the draft.
I really hate to say, but thank you, Dallas, for training that number 10 pick.
Thank you, Dallas, for letting us finesse the hell out of you, because you just got finessed. Because great pick.
That's true. I mean, they gotta win. I think they can win out, though. I believe they can.
They can win out. They can definitely win out at this point. Yeah. It's doable. The funny thing is, I'm going to revert what I said early in the season and even before the season.
This is no playoffs this year.
Nobody thought this was possible.
Hey, thank you, Eagle fan, kind of helping me out to help get this channel growing.
Thank you guys for the 250, almost to 300 at this point.
Yeah.
Wow.
All in all, though, like, and this is the thing too, like, obviously we got Dallas at the end of the year, and we know. I mean, look, Dallas is a good team, but they're not that great. You know what I'm saying?
To me, they're really hit and miss.
I'll say this
Dak,
too.
Dak the last few weeks has been a little bit dicey.
Yeah,
Their
that's I was
defense has
trying to go
been
with that.
a little bit dicey. It has been for a few years now. But I do think they're a really good team.
I think the only shining spot on the defense is Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons and cornerback.
Trayvon Diggs. But the thing is with Trayvon Diggs, he gets burnt a lot.
He gets burnt on occasion, but the thing is,
I mean,
he can
does
still
lead
get
the league
picks.
in interceptions, though.
He can still get picks when he needs to, and he's done that.
Yeah.
The only thing he needs to do is to cover better. If he can cover better, he can be one of the best corners in the league.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's for certain. But then again, knowing how Dallas and think about it this way, there's some teams that Dallas, like going back to when Dallas played Washington, they were up 21-0 before before halftime. In the second half, Washington almost came back and beat them.
Yeah, they got a scare from that, but the thing is, they rectified it last
and just
night
with an ass beating
with a full-on can of whoop ass. That would have made Stone Cold Steve Austin proud. They opened up a can of whoop ass on.
Yeah, but overall, I think Eagles. So we're taking obviously because Washington's not that great. So obviously the Eagles have been playing really good, so they got a lot of momentum going into week 17. So we're gonna go the 8. Hopefully, going to be the 9. God, 9. Who would have thought the Eagles would be 9? Hopefully, be 9-7 before the end of the year.
Yeah, and on pace to go 10-7. So essentially, if it was like last year, they'd be on pace to go 10-6.
Yeah,
but they added a game, so they'll be 10-7.
Next game on January 2nd is the 11-4 LA Rams and the 8-7 Baltimore Ravens.
I've got a question for you, Rob.
Shoot.
Are the Baltimore Ravens a playoff team?
Okay, so it's 50-50 with them because I think without Lamar Jackson, I don't think they will be because obviously because he is still dealing with an ankle injury. Huntley is an okay backup, and Josh Johnson is okay. So they got 2 okay backups because everything runs through Lamar, plain and simple.
Yeah,
like the key. Yeah, she did say she did say the Eagles will go 10-7 this year.
Key.
Compared to us, we had
Key. I knew you've called this and you've said it. I think last week on Facebook that you called this to a T, but everyone besides you did not think that, so it's still a shocker.
Yeah, to us.
But Key, I am glad you're right.
And that's very true too. Their defense has regressed a lot.
It's not about the quarterbacks for the Ravens. It's about that defense regressed hardcore. They're below 30 in stopping the pass. They are.
Just think
they
about
are below 30 in stopping the pass. They can't stop the pass to save their damn life. Honestly.
I don't know. And that might sound crazy, but I think once Ray Lewis retired, I think that's when I feel like that's where the defense starting to fall off.
That they didn't have that leader. They had that leader for years at Ray Lewis. Yeah. And that's why that defense has been on top since 2000. Yeah. It's because they had that leader.
I mean, they got to it's just like I don't know, man. I think if I'm lucky, I think the one team that might surpass them to get that last playoff spot, I think it's going to be the Raiders because in my opinion, because they got a little bit of momentum going into the wild card spot because both the Chargers and the Raiders on the cusp are taking that last wild card spot.
But I see a game that they're going to play with that, Rob. I think they're going to run into a problem this week.
Oof, yeah,
they're running into a problem, and we'll get there.
But I'm going to go with the Rams because I'll be honest.
I'm going to have to go with the Rams too, man.
I'm fucking pissed off. How the fuck do you snub Matthew Stafford out of a Pro Bowl selection? What the fuck?
Because he had that terrible streak.
That's true too.
The last few weeks, and you can't be a Pro Bowler if you're not consistently good. He's not consistently good this season. They almost were out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
they nearly almost skidded themselves out of the playoffs for the last few weeks. Remember that little losing streak they had?
Yeah,
that was because Matthew Stafford was throwing picks. If Matthew Stafford wasn't throwing picks, he would have been. I think he's a surefire pick to be a Pro Bowler.
I think, but yeah, that's true. I think this, I don't know that. I think this might be a bit of a blowout.
I don't think it's a
Maybe,
blow. I
maybe
know. I don't
not.
think it's no. It's not gonna be a blowout.
I think maybe.
I think offensively they're fine. It's just their defense.
I think, yeah.
But the thing with, and I know Washington had a shitty defense, but they also had a shitty offense that didn't compensate for that, and that's
Yeah.
why that game wasn't close. But with the Ravens, they have an offense to compensate it. You said it yourself. They have okay quarterbacks. If you have okay quarterbacks, you're still going to put up points.
Yeah, Eagle fan. We just talked about that earlier, a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That's what I said. If somebody pointed at my face and poked me in the eye like that, I'm punching somebody in the face.
Yeah.
If I was a player.
Next game, Buccaneers, who also are 11-4 against the 4-11 Jets.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna have to go Bucks.
Let's just get this out of the goddamn way. It's the Buccaneers.
And one of the guys here on the network actually made an acronym for the Jets. It said Jets just end the season.
Literally, that should be their acronym.
I mean,
just ending the goddamn season now. It's over.
Yeah, Eagle fan is a huge Jets fan. It's like, they
are
going. That is true. But that's true.
I feel bad for you, Eagle fan.
But then again, you don't think about it this way. I mean, obviously, they did beat. That's true because, like,
but that's the thing. They got
Bucks are banged up.
They got lucky that week.
Yeah, almost lost to the abysmal Jacksonville Jaguars team.
All right, let's move on.
So we got those 7-7 Dolphins against the 10-5 Titans.
I want to talk about this.
Shoot.
About the Dolphins. They started the season 1-7.
Yeah.
And now I get it. When they were on that winning streak to get to 7-7, they were playing against bad teams. But you can't knock them for that.
No.
You can't knock them for their schedule.
And not just that, too. Plus, people are down Tua.
They had enough heart to come back.
And actually get
1-7 to be 500.
At least.
Like, it's crazy. It's nuts. I've been impressed by it.
That's about you, too. Like, people, and even a lot of people in the NFL were down Tua being the franchise quarterback of Miami.
Because Tua had, like, that shitty start of the season where he was just throwing picks and
I think it's too like he was this might be a second year if I'm not mistaken.
It is the second year. He was drafted in I think 2016.
No,
he was drafted last year and he was
immediately
the starting quarterback and they went 10-6.
Yeah.
And he literally missed the playoffs by one game last year.
And plus too, like and I can't knock him too, like because think about it this way: coming out of college, like he was also dealing with a hip injury too, coming out of college too from Alabama. So I mean, the fact that he overcame that hip injury, go 10-6 with the Dolphins, missed the game, like you said, missed the game by playoffs by one game. I do think he is that franchise quarterback, despite, and that's the thing too. Like he's also a lefty quarterback, which is those types of quarterbacks that are extinct in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to believe, but I don't know. I don't know about the Titans. I mean, they kind of been on a little bit of a skid, if I'm not.
Yeah, they've been on a random skid, and I don't know what's going to happen with him. Tannehill has been
hot and cold
this season.
Or in key puts it
Derrick Henry's been out.
He's out for the year.
He's out for the year. Their offense has been
kind of shoddy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. This could go either way. It could go the Dolphins' way or go the Titans' way. I am going to choose the Dolphins in terms of
I'm going to go with
the momentum. The momentum side of things, it's going to the Dolphins because the Titans are losing momentum. The Dolphins are gaining momentum.
Because think about this, and another funny thing too, because Key actually coined the term, like when someone's hot and cold, the Katy Perry syndrome.
All right, first off, banger of a song, like a song.
But
and awesome analogy.
hey, look,
So,
yeah, I'm gonna go with the. Oh, this should be easy pickings. I'm going the Patriots, who are 9-6.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think with the firing of Urban Meyer, which that
Yeah,
could be a whole topic in itself. I think you covered it.
yeah, I
After
pretty
he
much
got
covered that
fired.
last week. But
Yeah, when he got
I
fired.
had look. I want to give a little, kind of give a little recap. I knew that it was going to happen sooner rather than later because I did not like that hiring one goddamn bit.
Here's the thing, Rob. He was a fucking dick.
He was almost a dick in college too. Like, I mean,
and plus he the thing that really got me. I'm thinking, look, fire this motherfucker. Is when he kicked the freaking kicker for missing a kick.
Like during preseason, like come
during
on now.
freaking preseason, bro. It's preseason. It doesn't freaking count. Also, that's assault.
Yeah,
motherfucker should be in jail for that shit.
Because, like, think about it, the players are your employees, the coach is your boss, and then you have the owners, who's your supervisor, who's your higher ups, the ones that are paying you.
If like look at any other job, if you fuck up and your boss punches you in the face for it, you're fired. That dude's fired.
Oh yeah, that's for certain. It's just like at the end of the day, pro sports, like no matter what league you're in, it's a business at the end of the day.
And I get it's a business. I get it's a business.
But come on
it's
now.
Also a game. It's not that serious to where you need to kick a freaking player for missing the one kick.
But yeah, I mean,
in a game that doesn't freaking matter.
That's true. So we got the 2-13 Jaguars against the 9-6 Patriots.
And let me address one other thing. That nightclub incident.
Oh, good Lord! I did talk about that too.
Where he was getting a lap dance from a random person.
That is not
as a married man, bro. That's morally wrong. It doesn't deserve him to get fired. That shit's just morally wrong, and it just made me believe, yep, this guy really is an asshole.
Even and the fact that even because like, and what's crazy is too is like his mind is still at things like like his brain's still back at the college level, like.
But the thing is, even in the college level, everything that he did was wrong. He'd probably get fired from a coaching job for that shit too.
Yeah, I mean,
but I do think with the firing of Urban Meyer, I think the players are happier, and I think Trevor Lawrence is playing better without Urban because Urban ruined.
And that's what I talked about too.
Urban ruined Trevor
Lawrence. And I said that too. He did come out and say something about the about the way that, and I said this too. Like Trevor, you got two different styles clashing at each other between Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer.
Those two styles do not work together, and it was obviously clear by like mid-season that wasn't even going to work.
And the fact that we've seen a lot of reports coming out by Urban Meyer, and like my buddy Tyler said about the nightclub incident. Oh, right. That's a whole nother news I forgot to talk about.
When the news came out about the Giants keeping Joe Judge and Daniel Jones for next year. Look, Daniel Jones could be a really good quarterback. I'm not going to lie. He's played a lot better than he did in years past.
Forecast is absolute dog shit.
But Joe Judge, no. Daniel Jones, he can stay. He's not that bad of a quarterback. And I'm speaking unbiased because I'm an Eagles fan.
And
if it ain't already obvious that I'm an Eagles fan. Wait, where's it at? If it ain't already obvious. Daniel Jones is a really good quarterback. I'm not gonna lie there. But back to the before we talk about that any further, the Patriots and Jaguars. I'm thinking the Jaguars because the whole dynamic change.
Yeah. But then again, no one had we know obviously losing to the Buffalo Bills and obviously in that loss. I think they're gonna come because I know Belichick's going to bounce back from any loss any day of the week.
Belichick bounced back from starting the season 2-4. You don't think the guy's going to bounce back? He's going to try to bounce back.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one.
Yeah, I think that pick'em was a lot harder than I thought.
Because think about it this way, because it's obviously
it's one of those games that are legitimately going to go either way.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, I mean, you also got to think too, like the difference between cast that each quarterback has.
Yes.
Mac
Yeah.
Jones, he's God, I mean, I don't even know who's
I
players.
don't even know who's on the Patriots except for Mac Jones,
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
because they're in the same boat as us. They have all young players.
Guess it's but yeah, I mean, the only ones that are still there is Hightower, still Devontae Hightower, still there.
Devontae Hightower still there. The guy who sucked for Philly but came back to the Patriots after getting traded from Philly and is magically still playing well.
Oh, Nelson Aguilar,
Not Nelson Aguilar, the
I know
defender. The defender.
Devontae.
No.
That's
No, he played in Philly in like 2016, not 2016, like 2014, 2015.
oh God,
And he sucked
I do
in
not
Philly.
remember.
And he comes back to what the Patriots and he's playing way better. I think it's like a system thing.
Yeah.
But also what pisses me off too, the last 2 goddamn seasons Aguilar had. Goes to the Raiders, lights it up. Goes to the Patriots, lights it up. Sucked, was putrid in Philly, except for 1 year. Are you kidding me, Aguilar?
And like you said too, I think it's also about the coaching system too. Like, and I'll be honest, I think if I'll be honest,
you know what I think? You know what I think it was? It was Belichick all day. If you play like you did in Philly, your ass is out of here. That's what he probably told.
Well, not just that too. I think also you can also make a case for that. Aguilar is more of a slot receiver than anything else. Like we're short routes.
Yeah, I think we ruined Aguilar because he was good in the slot.
Because we used him as a deep man. Like we
used him as a goddamn deep man. He couldn't catch a deep pass to save his life. Put him back in the slot.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw that with the Raiders, and we saw that with the fucking goddamn the Patriots.
Yeah, and if you look at him and the Raiders, they had him try to catch one deep pass. Guess what he did? He dropped the pass.
Yes.
And the thing is, he's not a wideout.
He's more. That's true because man, Mac Jones has exceeded expectations this season.
Look, Mac Jones has done amazing.
Better than other.
And I was telling my brother last year, he's a Patriots fan. I'm like, I think you found your quarterback last year. I was telling him. Because he was actually really good last year, too, despite them going. Or no, it was actually early this year.
Yeah.
When they started 2-4. But because Mac Jones was doing very good, it was just everyone else was struggling.
Yeah. But then again, no one. I mean, Belichick's got a good track record of actually making Pro Bowlers superstars.
Belichick is the only GM/coach that has done very well in the league. Every other coach that's tried to do the GM role sucked at it.
Absolute dog shit.
McDaniels, dog shit. Chip Kelly, dog shit.
Dude, don't. I don't want to be reminded.
He was dog shit. I'm telling you.
That's true.
You can't ask that from history.
The fact
dog shit. Both those coaches were dog shit. Belichick has drafted surprisingly well.
Yeah, actually got some steal. I'm not gonna lie, he has gotten some steals of the draft over the last handful of years.
He's drafted Tom Brady.
The fact
look what happened to him.
Yeah, and people drafted he's a 6th round. And I was watching a documentary on him. It's like people were like kind of criticized, like, oh, he's a 6th round pick. It's like, and look, we're seeing at the age of 44, like
he's still freaking killing it in the league.
He's still setting records. That
he is. But back to the Patriots because we're getting out of hand here.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah,
Belichick has been hitting on mostly all of his draft picks.
Yeah, that's true.
Over the last 20 years,
something like that. Yeah, since been since joining the Patriots. But that's a whole other thing. I think Chip Kelly did. No, wait a minute.
Chip Kelly didn't draft too well. The only pick that I would think was moderately okay was Jordan Matthews.
Yeah. Oh, that's another guy that
was like moderately okay, but it wasn't the best.
Yeah, it was not the best. I mean, that was the best we could. I mean, I would rather have Chip Kelly draft.
So I'm not gonna knock Chip Kelly for that pick. That pick was alright.
You want to hear something crazy? I would rather have Chip. I know this may sound crazy, but I'd rather have Chip Kelly draft over Howie Roseman any day of the goddamn week.
I don't. No.
I still can't trust Howie either.
No, Rob. Absolutely fucking not. Because Howie Roseman, even though he has a poor draft pick record over the last few years, he hasn't been missing on all of them. Literally, Chip Kelly has missed on all but one.
That's true. But sometimes I still can't. But back on,
And plus, Rager. Look at Rager. He's not bad. He was used wrong. He's another Aguilar.
Yeah, I mean, I rather. But overall, I mean, like you said, it can go either way because despite the Jags losing last week, I think that the dynamic change with that organization. I've been seeing like they got some good chemistry. They're really starting to build chemistry with that dynamic change since Urban Meyer left. Like you said, all in all, I mean, who knows? I mean, but all in all, I think Patriots is the most likely way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Next game we got the 8-7 Raiders and the 9 who are on the road against the 96 Colts. Oh, good Lord.
Here comes where I said the Raiders have hit a roadblock.
I think that is going to be the roadblock.
Because holy shit, I said it when Carson Wentz got traded. He was going to have a career resurgence in Indy.
And
look what has happened. Combined with the best running back
Jonathan. Oh, good Lord, Jonathan.
That they've had in years. Since Falk, in my opinion.
Oh, my God. I haven't heard that name of fucking forever.
Since Falk. Jonathan Taylor.
The fact
hold on. Let me finish my thought. You keep doing what we've been discussing. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, combined with that running attack and Carson Wentz playing his best ball since God knows when.
Since like 2017, 2016.
Actually, he's been like 2018, where he was just okay. He wasn't like last year where he was absolutely freaking putrid. This year he's been amazing. Like close to amazing, but he's been good for the most part.
Oh yeah.
His career is resurging in Indy.
But then again, that's true. But then again, I think where the rate, I think they also think too, like their O line's kind of banged up too going into this week. So I think.
But the thing is, Wentz in Indy has not been scared to run.
Yeah, that's true as well.
In Philly, he was scared shitless to run because he had just got hurt.
Plus,
I think now he's past that.
And I also think too, like I think he also dropped some weight too, because I think when he started gaining weight, that started losing his mobility.
Yeah, he tried to gain weight to compensate for an injured leg, which was the worst mistake he could have made. He also was like put a lot of load on his back, and he broke his back.
Yeah, and then even when here and also still this too, like I felt scared for him when he got that hard concussion to the back of the head. That scared me.
That pissed me off, and I still hate Clowney. I still hate Clowney for that hit. That was dirty. But
that's a whole nother. I mean,
I will say, but I'm going to say the Colts.
But obviously with the Raiders, I want to go with the Raiders because I think the Raiders got something to prove. Yeah,
but you got to think too. They haven't been good minus the last game.
True. I mean, they did. I know they did beat Denver, and then also you got to think too. Houston did beat the Chargers, which Darren, I know if you're watching this, man, I feel bad. He had a $530 parlay payout.
Bro,
and the Houston Texans.
That's just some shitty freaking luck if that happened.
Because the Houston Texans demolished the.
Literally, they just beat the shit out of them, and it was just like, oh my God.
And Dante said this too. Like, you don't underestimate teams who are not going to be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that.
Because at this point, they're playing spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing. But I don't know, man. I mean, the Raiders have been playing well. The Colts have been playing well. I mean, I think, but overall, I think I think you might be right on the Colts pick. 'Cause I think that's going to be the one roadblock for the Raiders. But with how Carr's been playing, with Hunter Renfrow going off for them for the as kind of being the number one wideout at the time, pretty much for the rest of, especially at this back end of the season. I think it's going to be a good game though between these two teams. Not going to lie. And here's another good game. That's going to be really tough to call. It's like a coin flip. 11-4 Chiefs and the 9-6 Cincinnati Bengals.
I don't know. I don't even think I have a choice for that.
Kansas. I'll give Kansas City credit. The fact, and we kind of said this too earlier in the show, that we would have thought, we would never have thought Kansas City would be where they are now at the start of the season.
No, literally at the start of the season, I thought they were going to be where they are now, but they shocked us by playing bad.
Yeah, and the fact the defense was absolute dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that the defense has stepped up, especially this part of the season, is absolute. It's insane. It is good. He said it's going to be a good game between the two, and the fact that Joe Burrow threw over 525 yards, which I think he's like one of four. I think there's all the other four quarterbacks in NFL history has thrown over 500 yards. I think Norman Van Brocklin was the only one, was number one in 1951. I was like,
and I've said this since before he got drafted, since the national championship game against Clemson in 2019. I was watching that game and I said, this kid
is gonna be
is an NFL quarterback. And look what happened. He's an NFL quarterback.
And actually, with a full, healthy supporting cast, and even had Jamar Chase, who's been
getting Jamar Chase. I thought it was a stupid pick because they needed an O-line, but
then we realized
it ended up being one of the best picks that they had. And I'm like, that's a good pick.
And I just got to think too. I also realized too, Cincinnati had a banged up O-line, so
they did, and I think they were waiting on that they'd be healthy. And they've been pretty healthy this season.
Yeah, and they've been playing some pretty good football, despite, there was a couple games that they lost here and there, but they really have not. They've been pretty solid, all around. I'm sorry, but I think the best duo right now is probably Chase and Burrow, and we've seen that with the Bengals this year.
Yes,
that's tough. I can't decide. It's tough to decide.
Let's just say it's going to be too close to call, and whoever wins.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game either way. So
so we have no picks for that game because it's too tough.
Next game we get the 4-11 Giants and the 5-10 Bears.
All I know about that game is going to be so putrid, be so boring. I'm thinking the Bears are going to win it because
I'm going to take the Bears,
but it's going to be putrid.
To be honest, like you said, I would rather. But then again, knowing that
I would rather gouge my eyes out than watch that game.
Yeah, I could have met. I don't blame you, because the Giants, they don't pretty much have nobody.
No, and the Bears have stunk it up literally the entire season.
Pretty much. The fact that you have a couple of your, that's going to be that's a whole nother. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. Yeah, I'm actually going to go to the Bear with this because I think they're, despite what the record says, I know the Bears are actually are putrid, but I think they have some better players than the Giants will ever have. So I think I want to go with the Bears on this one,
right? Just
for goalie's sake. Next game we got this 7-8 Falcons and the 9-6 Bills.
First off, I didn't expect the Falcons to be 7-8.
Neither did I.
But I don't have them in this game.
Yeah, obviously with the Bills winning over the Patriots, I think that's a good bounce back win for them. Obviously with that little losing streak that Buffalo has had, but I think Buffalo, overall has way much better talent Then
they have so much talent on that team. It's
I mean,
not
he's
even
got
funny.
Stephon Diggs is still a good wide
Stephon
receiver.
Diggs, you got
Josh Allen's just absolutely ridiculous.
Josh Allen's been great. You got other players too.
But yeah, I think Bills are taking this game from the Falcons.
Yeah, they're taking it.
And I think so. We got the 4-11 Texans and the 8-7 Niners. Oof.
Look, after what I saw from the Texans this week,
I think they're going to play spoiler against the 49ers. I have a feeling
they're going to try to play spoiler and they're going to play hard. And I think it's going to be a close game. But I do think the 49ers will win on this.
Yeah, I think not by much. So I think
it'll be. I'm calling it 24-21.
Yeah, at least it's going to have to come down to a field goal because I feel like the field goal, like we've seen that through this entire season, like games have been decided on game-winning field goals this year. So I mean, I don't know, but next game out of 405, we have the 7-8 Broncos and the 8-7 Chargers.
Oh, I'm gonna have to.
I'm going Chargers on this one.
I'm gonna have to go different. I'm gonna have to go Broncos because the Chargers had a putrid game this week.
Yeah,
against a team that they should have beaten in the Texans. They should have beaten them, and they didn't. So I think the Chargers are a bit overrated, and I think the Broncos are taking that game.
I mean, just because I just do want to see the Chargers in the playoffs because my buddy Jake Silva, he's a longtime Chargers fan, and he just wants to see him actually at least be in the postseason. Hopefully, at some point win a Super Bowl. Oh yes, it's true.
The franchise fan base does deserve the Chargers to win the Super Bowl, but not this year. I'm sorry to say it.
I mean, I don't think they're not full rebuild. I think they could add a few more pieces. I mean,
add a few more pieces here and there. Sprinkle
probably better front office. I mean,
no, Rob. The front office is fine. They just need to finish the rebuild.
But yeah, it looks like overall, I think it's going to be a close game between. I think these are two good teams. I think it's going to be very close.
It's going to be a close game. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be close. Both teams are pretty good. I just don't have any faith in the Chargers after last week.
Yeah, I can understand that. We got the 5-10 Panthers and the Saints, who are 7-7.
Saints all day. Because the Panthers,
man, they just fell off a cliff.
They literally started the season 3-0 and then just fell
off
hard. And they tried to bring Cam back.
That didn't work.
Don't you realize what happened last year with him in freaking New England? Stunk it up. Has stunk it up since he had that injury in 2017?
Yeah, somewhere around there. And
not to mention, stunk it up since.
And then you fire your first year offensive coordinator Joe Brady for what?
Are y'all dumb? Like I'm just gonna say Saints because the Panthers are a complete dumpster fire.
Yeah, I'm going Saints as well because obviously. But yeah, I think, and obviously now we got Ian Book. If you're Notre Dame. Ian Book, another former Notre Dame quarterback, he's going to make his first NFL start against
and the thing is, he's got something to prove. So
yeah, because you got Trevor Siemian is out, Taysom Hill is out. I'll be honest, Saints, why did you overpay for Taysom Hill, who's not going to be playing quarterback? Like, come on, almost $100 million contract. Like, come on now.
I feel like Taysom Hill is the biggest fraud.
Yeah,
because
I could
because he was good as the decoy quarterback, but as a starting quarterback, he's been shit.
Eesh.
Like he's been fraudulent.
Yeah, I'm going Saints because I think I don't think Michael Thomas is out for the year. If I'm not mistaken.
No, I think Michael Thomas returned. I think I'm not sure
because if he returns, I think that Saints are getting that because. We got the 2-12-1 Lions against the 5-10 Seahawks.
Oh hell, another putrid game. I feel like the problem with the Seahawks is that Russell Wilson is now trying to do too much.
Yeah, because he's trying to do everything himself. Like
He's trying to carry the team on his back. He's doing what Carson Wentz tried to do last year, and it's failing.
yeah,
The thing with these quarterbacks, they need to stop trying to carry the team and play team ball. And I feel like another thing too is Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll has fallen off a cliff.
I feel like Pete Carroll's time has run out in Seattle.
Time's run out.
And I think with Detroit, yes, I know what the record set. They're 2-12-1, but I want to give obviously Goff is not the answer for Detroit, but they know
Goff is. Don't worry, Goff is. I think the problem was their defense.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, they got a decent head coach in Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell, I feel bad for the guy.
I really truly do.
He came in and he's coached his team well enough to keep him close in games.
Yeah,
if they gave him pieces, he's gonna be one of the best coaches.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna call it right now. He's gonna be one of the best coaches. I know the record doesn't apply to that, but look at those 12 losses. Almost all of them were close games.
Yeah, close games. Like obviously one of them on Thanksgiving against the Chicago Bears.
It was the problem is their failure to close out the games. If they're able to close out the games, they could probably win 11 next year.
Yeah, I mean, think about it this way. I mean, and this is why I've been very critical of. Like, if you didn't, and this is why when they fired Jim Caldwell, say, "What the fuck are you doing?" When he had like 2 or 3 winning seasons in Detroit, and you give him his pink slip.
They literally fired him after a 9-7 season. Like, and then they gave a guy who couldn't freaking coach anyone. Who could not coach to save his damn life.
I mean,
for 3 damn seasons. 3 seasons too long. In Matt Patricia.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh my God. That guy was
that was a war. I thought the Urban Meyer hiring was bad.
I legit was campaigning for the guy to get fired. And I'm not even a Detroit Lion fan.
I think all football fans were.
Everybody was campaigning for Matt Patricia to get fired. Because literally every fan base feels bad for Detroit.
Because they've been like the laughingstock in the NFL since
their inception.
Yeah, and Troxel actually brought up a good point. Like he said, because like they've been rebuilding since 1957.
Yeah,
think about it that way. Like, gosh, like, good Lord!
They also ruined the careers of Barry Sanders
and Megatron.
They ruined the career of Megatron, and they ruined the career of Matthew Stafford in Detroit.
I don't know, man. I mean,
and I don't even know if they're going to get out of this with the ownership that they have. The Fords need to go.
I mean,
sell the damn team.
Like, it's nearly we'll talk about that a little bit more when it comes to, but yeah, honestly, I think because like you said, this is a future game, but despite what the Lions record said, I think they've been playing pretty well, despite the fact that Seattle, like you said, Russell Wilson can't do, and the fact is, like, Russell Wilson's not getting any younger. So I mean, Russell Wilson, get out as much. I really want Russell Wilson to get out of there as fast as he possibly can. I truly do, because that Seattle team has not been the same since, like the Legion of Boom, Marshawn Lynch, some of these guys that you see that been in a couple Super Bowls, and rightfully so. One play that should have been put. Pete Carroll should have been criticized for it. It was not giving it. But that's a whole in the past. But overall, I think I'm going to go with the Lions because I do think they're very competitive in games. So I mean,
that's what I think too. Next up, we have the Cardinals versus the Cowboys. I'm going to have to give it to the Cowboys.
Yeah,
because the Cardinals are on a skid. I don't know what's going on.
With
Cardinals, but
I do.
They're not playing well. They're not playing well, and if they don't get their heads straight,
they're
done.
And this is another thing too. Like D Hop is out for the regular season.
They're definitely done. They're definitely.
And they don't have J.J. Watt on the defensive end of the
Yeah,
defensive. Like,
Cowboys are taking that game. I hate to say it.
yeah, I mean, this is coming from a couple of Birds.
Couple Birds fans, and we're saying Cowboys because of the Cardinals not doing well because they don't have J.J. Watt and they don't have D-Hop.
That's their two. That's if they didn't lose those two pieces, we wouldn't be.
Done.
Yeah, the record would have been. I mean, they still got a good record though. I mean, not gonna lie though.
And they did clinch the playoffs, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be close between these two because I think these are two well stacked offenses. But then again, I'm kind of really second. Why am I second guessing myself? Because all I know is that, and actually, that's a very good point. Since you talk about Detroit not closing out games, sometimes Dallas has a hard time doing that too.
Yeah, the last few games they lost, they lost by nail biters.
Yeah, and even like for a team against Washington, who's absolute dog shit, the fact that they almost blew that game.
That was.
Ooh, that
should have never happened for them, honestly.
Yeah.
But next up, we have the Vikings and the Packers.
As
an Eagles fan, I'm hoping the Vikings lose.
I'm going. Yeah.
But I'm going to be unbiased.
Yeah.
I'm
going.
The Packers are still going to win, but the problem with the Vikings is that Kirk Cousins is wildly inconsistent.
Yeah, I was about to say
he has been since Washington. So
that's a very good point, though. Hasn't played a real team since New England. I think
they haven't.
Yeah, because everybody else was absolute dog shit. So that's a very good point.
And that is a good point, but they're playing a team that has injuries.
That's true. That's very true.
If they had D-Hop, if the Cardinals had D-Hop and J.J. Watt, they'd be losing that game.
Yeah.
But they don't have those two players.
I mean, obviously, the best other than their best next offensive weapon you probably have is Zach Ertz, in my honest opinion. It's probably the next best offensive weapon you have.
Dude, I could hear the fucking pain in your fucking voice.
Oh my God.
It still hurts. It still hurts weeks later.
It sucks. It's
fucking hurts. It still hurts that we have to say Zach Ertz in Arizona instead of here. Like, that still hurts.
Like I still can't get over it though, man.
I heard you freaking sigh in pain. I'm like, yeah.
It's a huge pain. And we all knew we were going to trade him at some point. It's like, why, man? He's been like, I don't know, man.
He had a resurgence the first half of the season with us. And then we traded him. It was like, oh no. But anyway, back to the Packers and Vikings. Packers are taking it because the Vikings have been wildly inconsistent.
Then, God, man, Rasul Douglas is going off on the defensive end. What the fuck?
It pisses me off to no end.
God,
he was burnt toast in Philly, and now he's playing very well.
Almost
now he's playing like he did in 2017.
It's just like
he was a one-year wonder for us, and now he's playing like he did the year that he was good. It's like, what? I'm like he has to be a system guy because
that's what yeah,
that was piss poor that he played in Philly, and he sucked here. I think the problem is that he just didn't work in Jim Schwartz's system.
Yeah, and we
then again, you think about it, he was in Jim Schwartz's system the year we won the Super Bowl.
That's true. And
I'm like, he just didn't want to play here.
And I can't blame him. I mean, Jim Schwartz was not that good of a defensive coordinator, in my honest opinion.
No, he wasn't.
But
he had that one good year, and that was it.
But last game of week 17, we got the 7-8 Cleveland Browns against the 7-1 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Gonna have to give it to the Browns.
Yeah, that's true.
Gonna have to give it, but then again, no, I'm not gonna give it to the Browns. I'm giving it to the Steelers.
It's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be close.
Hold on. I'm giving it to the Browns. Or not the Browns, the Steelers. Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield's the problem.
Has been absolutely fucking dog shit all year. Dog shit, bro.
Oh yeah,
he threw 4 picks yesterday. 4 picks.
That's putrid.
And I saw one of those picks. There was no freaking. Literally, the offensive line was not bad on that play.
No.
He threw a bad ball.
And not to mention this too, I noticed he's also dividing that locker room. I just feel like he's going back to his day when he was a cocky, arrogant prick at Oklahoma.
Oh my god! Like if you see his freaking, I think the problem was him in Oklahoma and him in Cleveland. Is that his first losing season humbled him, but his first winning season and him making the playoffs put him back to where he was when he was drafted.
It's like
it was like winning makes him cocky.
But
now watch next year. He's gonna ball out because it's gonna humble him again, and then he's gonna be cocky again. He's gonna be the thing with Baker Mayfield. I think his career is gonna be inconsistent as hell.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that we got some. There's some going to be pretty good games. I think two putrid games, which is the Giants and the Detroit Lions game. Those are going to be the two putrid ones for week 17.
All right. So we covered the Ian Book thing, so that's out. So I'm crossing that out.
Yeah. So we did all that.
Cover the Baltimore Ravens
and the Arizona Cardinals on a losing streak,
and the clinching the division thing.
So
the next thing I would like to talk about, and we did cover the Bears cleaning house, didn't we?
We did touch upon it, but I want to kind of go in further in depth on it.
Okay.
I did. If you guys not checked the video, I did made a video about there's 3 individuals that are on the hot seat for the Chicago Bears from the report that I saw. That's Matt Nagy, Ted Phillips, and general manager Ryan Pace. Those are the 3 individuals who are basically on the hot seat for the Chicago Bears.
Matt Nagy's out. I'm telling you that right now. Matt Nagy's out.
I mean, Matt Nagy should have been out since a couple years ago. If I'll be truly honest.
No, after last year he should have been gone.
Yeah.
This year he's just been putrid. The ownership should go.
But that ain't gonna happen until Virginia McCaskey pretty much kicks the bucket, so to speak.
That's out. So that's out of the picture. So
they do need a better general manager, though.
They do need a general manager. So we'll touch up on we'll touch up on who they want once that market opens.
Yeah, and then we'll give you guys the updates.
But the Bears do plan on cleaning house.
Which I think Gooley is gonna be very happy.
Yeah, I think he touched on his Facebook. He's like thrilled.
Yeah. And I think Bears fans alike, thank God you guys are doing the right goddamn thing. But other than that, I mean, we'll talk about that more once, like my co-host said, until the market opens up. They need new team president, general manager, and then definitely an absolutely new head coach. But right now, we're going to put that on hold until the market opens up. But other than that, I mean, I don't know, man. Now,
next up on the docket that I want to talk about is the Nick Sirianni situation with his COVID outbreak.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that he's fine. He got the coach, got the win. But I think this is not as serious as last year. Last year it was like every team got COVID and
everything was shut down, basically.
No, it wasn't everything was shut down. I think that they were moving like different games at this day, that day, every other day. I think this time around, it wasn't as bad.
It's not as bad. And plus the fact that Nick Sirianni he came back quicker than anybody else from protocol.
Actually, no, because Washington came back literally a few days after they had the outbreak.
Okay.
Basically the same thing. I think the league doesn't do the 14-day thing. They had to do it like a couple days. A couple days, you're like cleared up and you're fine.
That's what, that's true. I actually kind of like that, but
I really don't.
I don't either.
Because in any other circumstance, you have a 14-day incubation period, and you don't have 14 days in the league. You have like 34 days.
Yeah. So I mean,
Which are you really safe after 3-4 days? Who knows?
I don't think so. Who
But,
knows? But
but
it's really good to see
he
him back,
he
though.
probably got the vaccine anyway, so he's probably fine now anyway.
And
Didn't get
I
it
think
bad.
I think the vaccine mandates too. It's I think it also shortens the time period you have to be on the protocol, which I think having that really
makes sense.
Yeah, but well, yeah, I mean, it was good to see him back on the sideline and actually get the win over the shitty Giants. I mean, but yeah,
but the next thing I want to talk about, the Lakers. What the hell? What the hell is going on with the Lakers? Oh my god! Not even LeBron could carry the team.
And my buddy Eric from the SC Experience. If you guys not checked him out, he's a huge Lakers fan. Eric, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to play this clip. Kyrie, you are going to laugh at this because at my own expense.
4, 3, 2. LeBron passes it, and it's a traveling violation on the.
Oh, Eric, I'm so sorry.
That's how piss poor they have been. That is the exact right reaction to that. Like that was me with the Sixers the 5 years that they sucked.
Oh, that's a whole. I
don't even remember that time. But
no, that's a whole night.
Oh my god, I feel bad for the guy.
I do, and like.
You get LeBron, you won a championship, you think you're going to be a dynasty, and then you do fuck all this season.
And not to mention, too, they bring in Westbrook, which, let me be honest, he's absolute. Like you said, he's pretty much, you're bringing, like, he's not the same player he once was in OKC. Let's put it that way. He's been on the decline since leaving OKC.
And you could say, oh, he had good stats last year. The man was stuffing his stats last year.
You know who the other guy had a triple-double and still won? Kemba Walker. Who only has 3. And Kemba Walker has 3 career triple-doubles.
Exactly.
And you have like these former NBA legends coming out say triple-doubles don't mean jack shit to you. That's just stat stuffers.
Which
is absolutely true.
Literally all he did last year was stuff his stat sheet. That's all he did.
And the worst part is
in OKC, he would facilitate the floor very well.
I mean, you still had Harden, KD, Serge Ibaka.
Harden, KD, even his last year when he had nobody except for him.
Yeah, that's true.
He was facilitating the floor, and it got him to the playoffs.
And it's just like another thing too. It's like, speaking of Eric, welcome in the chat.
I joined the right time. Yeah, they disappointed me. Westbrook needs
he wants everybody shipped out.
Yeah, first class ticket out of LA.
And it's just like, and another thing he can't do now is make an open layup. Like, come on now.
Bro, can't even hit an open layup. Like, what?
Like, he's being pretty much, we call him Westbrook, and he's earned that moniker Westbrook for a reason.
Yeah. All right. Now, the last thing on the dock before we get our final thoughts, the Zion situation. Now, do you think he's a bust?
To some extent, I would say yes. At times, I do say yes. Sometimes I say no, because I think there's some potential in Zion. But from what we saw, and obviously with the situations going on with the weight problem, which, disclaimer, I'm not fat shaming him by any stretch of the imagination.
Nobody wants to fat shame him. Don't worry with that one.
And this is not the first time, because even fans of college basketball, I already knew he had a weight problem. There was once, I feel like there's a couple times where he got benched because he didn't want to keep himself in shape. And
that's the thing. He's been with Zion. He's been eating burgers, fries, and he's not doing what he needs to do.
The Mountain Dew commercial with Zach LaVine. Like, come on now.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's kind of like Embiid. The talent is there, but he just does the workouts. Oh, and another thing too, Rob.
Oh shit!
He's skipping workouts. He's skipping workouts.
Like, come on now. Like,
Like, come on, like his work ethic is shit. His
Uh,
weight fluctuates.
and he had a little. It's really ridiculous to
He's a
see.
worse Embiid, and if he keeps shooting himself in the foot,
He's going to want us to get him out of the league in like the next year or two.
he's out of the league in like 2 years. If he in the next 5 years, if he does not get his act straight, he's out of the league and he's a bust. The
I mean,
thing
right now,
is, he's an avoidable bust. He couldn't if this was avoided, he's not a bust at all.
no, because he's got a high, but like you said,
The talent is there. The problem is his work ethic.
and I mean, and that's right, that's true. Because I remember like 2017, 2018. Because I remember Embiid was close
2018.
to,
I think it was 2018 when he got drafted, and he had that monster season.
yeah, and I also you could put this into perspective too, because like Embiid was close to 300. You know, this talent was high. You know, I mean, obviously, oh God, where am I going to go with this? That analogy right now, because I don't know how. I don't know how to put that between him and Embiid, because I know, and the thing is too, like I mean, I think out of the two, and we saw how Embiid, he knew right away, like
He knew, look, I got to be better because they kept getting bounced out of the first round of the playoffs or the second round of the playoffs, and he said, look, I need to be better. And then he
And
had that MVP season, I think
last year, and then
where his weight was good and he was balling out. He fixed his mistakes, and this year he's been.
I mean, you also got to think, and also even going into this year too, like he's still dealing with that torn meniscus from the playoffs. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, we're kind of like, honestly, Zion, get your shit together, man. I swear to like,
yeah, please do get your act together.
Because you're really gonna. Because I saw that like there's this other former NBA player hasn't played since 2019, ate himself out of the league. And I was like, oh, I was like, please, because I even loved Zion in college, because like
Zion. When I saw Zion in college, I'm like, he's a surefire first round pick, and the thing is, he can still be that guy.
Just
if he stops shooting himself in the foot, eating himself out of the league.
It is absolutely true.
If he keeps doing this, where he's eating a lot, he's lazy, he's getting bigger, and not in a good way, to where he's not going to be physically fit enough to play the game
or has any energy. Like, because basketball, you're spending a lot of energy in the game of basketball.
You're literally spending 3 hours running back and forth.
Like, and if you can't do that, then
you have a problem. Do that, you're out of the league.
Yeah, I mean, this is like you're at basically you're obviously take my hand where my or obviously at the top of where you're at the peak of professional sports. Like you're getting, I don't know, man. I mean, I really, Zion, please get your shit together, because like we said, like you're going to be out. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not fix this. I say next year or the year after, he's out of the league.
Yeah.
And going to be a forgotten bust. I mean, I really hate to say it.
Well, time for our final thoughts. Got any final thoughts for me, Rob?
Overall, I think some teams, like even obviously what we talked about too, especially with the Lions, Fords, sell the team, please, because I think you guys just ruined Detroit for what it is. McCaskey family, get the hell out of Chicago. Please sell that team as well. But overall, Zion, get your shit together, because if your weight has become a problem even since your college days, even at times during his high school days, like honestly, I don't know, man. Like it's crazy to see some of these athletes that just like are just becoming lazy. Once they get paid this amount, I feel like money goes to their heads. Like,
yeah, I feel like the money and fame goes to their heads. So my final thought is Zion Williamson. You have so much potential to be a Hall of Famer in this league. Stop letting the money, the fame get to your head. Work hard at your craft. Go to
Because-
team meetings. Go to the workouts. Go to the practices. Stop eating yourself out of the damn league.
And
Yes,
another,
you can
yeah.
have a burger here and there. You can have a cheat day. We don't
Yeah.
care about that. The thing is,
don't do it consistently.
don't do it consistently. Make yourself so badly out of shape where you're getting injured every season or your play drops. Just
Yeah.
do better, man.
You know what? I was thinking this too. Like follow in the footsteps of Joel Embiid. Look how much he has transformed in the last 2-3 years.
Actually a year.
A year? I feel it's a lot longer than it should.
No, it was a year because he was doing the same shit Zion did since he got drafted until last year.
Like we said, just look what how Embiid turned out to be. 1 year after that, honestly, God forbid, lucky bounce. I don't know, that's a whole nother thing. But
Don't
the fact
mention that ever again, Rob. Please.
But the fact that Joel Embiid actually came out and owned up to us, like, look, I need to be better. Maybe my weight's not.
Yep.
I mean, despite his weight at one point was a problem, but he actually. This is why I think Embiid's going to be probably one of the Sixers legends for year by the time his career is done. Like
he's worked on everything. Zion needs to do that.
Definitely, and for the Lakers. Figure what the fuck is going on with your organization, because what the fuck? Absolutely. That's just like, I forgot about this comment.
Westbrook trying to be LeBron so bad. He's bootleg version of LeBron. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Call right to a T. Right to a T. That was the right freaking answer. He's a bootleg.
And this is very true, too. He is a momentum killer.
He is. He really is a momentum killer.
But all in all, I mean, we are out of time. But with that being said, huge shout out to the people who came into the chat. 3 reactions on Facebook. You can check us. You can obviously check me and Tyler out here on the Philly Sports Talk podcast channel each and every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this channel, and live on the Spotlight Sports Network YouTube channel and the Facebook page. So like up the Facebook page, share this out. If you guys are new to this channel, click that subscribe button down below with the icon bell on. But with that being said, we are out of the building.
Boosh.